evening, everybody. I'm Mary O'Connor with the Alaskan Aviation Safety Foundation. Thanks to Alaska Public Media, KAKM, and the National Institute for Occupational Safety and Health for allowing me to bring you Hangar Flying. We are continuing our series of shows with experts from Learn to Return training systems here in Anchorage. This evening, we are excited to have Destin Snider with us. Destin is an instructor at Learn to Return and teaches aviation land crash survival, helicopter underwater egress, Arctic and cold weather survival, marine offshore vessel abandonment, and wilderness remote first aid, among many other classes. Wow. Welcome, Destin.
Thank you, Mary.
Last time on Hangar Flying, we talked about training for surviving an aircraft crash on land. What type of training would be available at Learn to Return for people that would like to practice escaping from an aircraft that's underwater?
Well, thank you, yes. For the last 30 years or so, LTR Training Systems has been offering 2 specifically designed courses for underwater egress from an airframe. One is based on a fixed wing principle, and the other is based on a rotor wing.
What types of people might take either one of these trainings?
Anybody that flies over water, really. When you look at the statistics of planes that crash into water, near shore, offshore, there's even a report of a plane that went down in a cattle tank in the middle of Texas, the only water source for thousands of miles or hundreds of miles. Anybody that has the chance of impacting water in a plane should take this course.
Wow. So would it be for pilots and passengers?
Absolutely, yeah. Traditionally, it's a corporate course where companies like BP, Shell, Conoco, Hillcorp, they send their employees to us to be trained in this because they care about their safety and they have their employees flying over water on a regular basis. However, last year we actually certified an 8-year-old boy. It was the son of a family that flies regularly to their cabin.
Okay, so individuals can sign up for the training as well. They don't have to be an employee of any certain agency or corporation.
Absolutely, yeah. We list all of our courses on our calendar on our website at survivaltraining.com.
Very good. One of the objectives of your training is to be able to select additional equipment to augment personal survival kits.
Yes.
To fit an individual's need. Can you give us some examples of what types of things this might include?
Absolutely. We don't think about it when we're flying, but we think about it when we're in boats. But flotation devices are definitely important because we don't float very well, and especially in the temperature of water that we're looking at up here in Alaska. So some sort of flotation is definitely a key idea. When you look at, if you are at an increased chance of impacting the water, then you're probably going to want to look at some sort of survival suit as well. I also definitely recommend compressed air bottles for pilots, not because it's going to allow the pilot more time to get himself out, but it'll allow the pilot more time to get his family members out, should that be the case.
And would this be something that pilots would take the training from you on how to use that, and they could bring their families along as well to practice?
Yeah, absolutely. That is one of the courses we offer.
Okay. So what are some important things to think about and prepare for when an aircraft is underwater versus when it's on land?
I'm glad you asked me that, because there's one thing that's really important, even when you look at commercial airline travel, is the seatbelt. How does the seatbelt operate? Did you know that there is no federal regulation on which way a seatbelt has to release from, either left or right?
Oh, interesting.
Next time you go to take a flight on Alaska Airlines or Delta or whoever, take a look down the rows as you board the plane, and you'll see they'll have a left-hand release, a right-hand release. It's whatever they had available at the time. So being familiar with your seatbelt is definitely the first priority.
Good advice. The class, I would imagine, provokes a lot of anxiety about going underwater, being trapped. Can you tell us how you help students get over this anxiety and how they would use that for a real emergency?
Yeah, absolutely. We have a very unique population up here in Alaska of individuals that don't necessarily like getting in the water. They've grown up around cold water and they know we don't get in the water up here. So some people even have a hard time with swimming. However, we have one of the highest success rates in the industry, and that's because we instill confidence by allowing students to build up to the actual immersion in the simulator. We have kind of a crawl, walk, run mentality when we look at our training. We give each student goggles to start the training so that they can see underwater. We have lots of different training aids that are available to us that I think only LTR uses. And we spend a lot of time building up that confidence because that's really why we're here. We don't do this for money. We don't do this for fame. We do this because we believe in giving people the added skills and knowledge that does save lives. And we've gotten thank you letters to prove it.
Great. It sounds like a proven theory.
Yes, yes.
Seems to be working.
Yes.
Well, thank you so much for being here, Destin. It's been a real pleasure having you on the show.
Thank you, Mary.
Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for supporting the Alaskan Aviation Safety Foundation. If you aren't doing much flying this winter, please take the time and update your own personal survival kit. Until next time, fly safely and be the one that comes home.